Welcome to Bella's Quiet Place, where stories aren't whispered, they strike. Tonight's story begins with Marcus, still shaken from the night the officers cornered him for nothing but existing, but he had no idea that encounter was only the spark. The real fire was waiting on the very next street. The worst part wasn't the flashing lights or cold hands gripping his arm. It was the look on the face of the man stepping out of the second patrol car, Officer Bramwell. The same officer who'd once bragged loudly at the diner about knowing how to keep certain people in line. The kind of man who treated prejudice like a sport. The moment he saw Marcus, his grin widened with a sick kind of excitement, as though trouble was a game he paid to play. Well, look who we have here, Bramwell said, circling Marcus like he was inspecting stolen property. Out late, huh? Must be up to something. His tone carried that oily confidence of a man who expected applause for being cruel. Marcus clenched his jaw, praying the shaking in his hands wasn't obvious. Bramwell leaned in close, too close, his breath warm and poisonous. Funny how you folks always find yourselves in the wrong place. Must be a talent. Marcus didn't answer. The air was thick, the silence heavier than steel. Bramwell smirked, tapping his baton rhythmically against his palm. Let's see what you're really hiding. Marcus's heartbeat thundered. He could feel it. The night was about to get worse. Quick reminder to everyone watching from Bella's Quiet Place. If you're already hooked, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss these jaw-dropping stories. Now back to Marcus and the night that was about to twist into something far uglier. Officer Bramwell didn't wait for backup, permission, or logic. He lunged forward and snatched Marcus by the collar, yanking him so hard his feet scraped the pavement. Since you want to act quiet, Bramwell sneered, let's wake you up. He shoved Marcus against the hood of the patrol car like he was slamming a door he hated. Um, Pain shot up Marcus's ribs, but Bramwell wasn't even close to done. What's in your bag? Bramwell demanded. Another officer, new, jumpy, clearly trying to impress, began digging through Marcus's backpack like he was searching for buried treasure. All he found were notebooks, pencils, and worksheets from the kids Marcus had just finished tutoring. He held up a stack of math sheets. Sir, it's just homework. Bramwell's face twisted, irritated that reality refused to back his fantasy. He snatched the papers, held them up dramatically, and said, this the cover story, huh? You tutoring now? Cute. He tossed the worksheets into a puddle as if their existence offended him. Marcus swallowed hard, anger and fear mixing like acid. Pick it up, Bramwell ordered. Since you're pretending to be a teacher, go ahead, teach me something. Marcus didn't move. Bramwell lifted his baton slowly, enjoying every second of the power he thought he had. I said, pick it up. Marcus didn't bend. Not for the baton, not for the puddle, not for the man who wanted to shrink him into a stereotype. His silence made Bramwell furious, dangerously furious. The officer stepped closer, so close Marcus could smell the stale coffee on his breath. Look at you, Bramwell scoffed. Acting brave now. Trust me, boy, bravado snaps quicker than bones. The younger officer shifted uneasily. He wasn't built for this. The tension, the cruelty, the awareness that the man in front of them was innocent. Sir, maybe we should. Shut up! Bramwell snapped without even turning. I've been doing this job longer than you've been shaving. Watch and learn. He grabbed Marcus again, trying to drag him down to the ground, but something unexpected happened. Marcus pulled his arm back, not to fight, just to steady himself, and Bramwell lost balance for half a second. That tiny slip enraged him. Oh, you resisting now? Bramwell roared, grabbing his radio. Marcus's heart hammered. One wrong move and everything could spiral. Lena stepped forward, fearless, shaking, but refusing to back down. He didn't resist, she said sharply. You slipped. Don't rewrite reality. Bramwell turned to her slowly, eyes narrowing at her audacity. You again, he hissed. You really like inserting yourself where you're not wanted. I like stopping bullies, she shot back, especially the kind who hide behind badges. For a moment, Bramwell froze, stunned that anyone dared to talk to him like that. The younger officer took a tiny step toward her. Ma'am, please, don't escalate. Escalate? Lena laughed bitterly. You already escalated. I'm trying to keep this man alive. Bramwell's face darkened. Something ugly snapped behind his eyes. Bramwell stepped forward with a smile so thin it barely existed. Alive? He echoed mockingly. He's fine. I haven't even started. His hand tightened on the baton, lifting it just enough to make Lena step in front of Marcus without hesitation. Bramwell actually laughed. Look at this. Florence Nightingale playing hero, cute. Lena didn't budge. Her voice was low, controlled, lethal in its calm. If you touch him, I will make sure every camera in this city knows your face before sunrise. That rattled him. Not enough to stop him, just enough to make him reckless. He swung the baton, aiming for Marcus's shoulder, but Lena shoved Marcus sideways, and Bramwell's own momentum betrayed him. His foot hit the slick curb, his grip slipped, his swing overextended, and the man who spent years intimidating everyone around him crashed backward into the same filthy puddle he had thrown Marcus's worksheets into. Silence. Then the younger officer gasped, "Sir!" But Bramwell wasn't hurt, just soaked, mud on his uniform, bruised ego, and worst of all, people had seen. Three neighbors had stepped outside, phones out, recording, zoomed in, live. Authority evaporated. Panic replaced it. Bramwell scrambled to his feet, sputtering, cursing, trying to swipe mud off his vest. "Stop recording," he barked, voice cracking. Nobody stopped, not one person. Marcus stood tall now, watching the man who tried to break him unravel in the very street he once ruled through fear. No words, no threats, just truth, catching up with him. And for the first time that night, Bramwell understood he wasn't untouchable. Before closing, thank you for watching Bella's Quiet Place. If you want more powerful, emotional, unpredictable stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned.